Nationals, night 3 of the Veland Winter Nationals here at Alltech Raceway. And we have got 25 cars set to go 50 laps in this one, James Essex.
Well, Cody Overton just won the 604 crate feature. His older brother, Brandon Overton, is on the victory fuel pole tonight in car 76 out of Evans, Georgia. And on the outside, the defending Lucas Oil champion will be Ricky Thornton Jr., the 20 RT, now hailing out of Martinsville, Indiana.
Row 2 on the inside out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. He was 6th in the points last year. It's going to be the 58 of Garrett Alberson. And on his outside, a driver that led 28 laps here one night ago out of Causeyville, Mississippi. In the 19M, that's Spencer Hughes.
Good starting spot for Earlham, Iowa's Daniel Hilsebeck, looking for the biggest win of his career. Would be his first ever Lucas Oil victory. And on the outside, a driver that's won 29 times in the Lucas Oil Series, the 2023 champion out of Martinsville, Indiana, in car 71, Hudson O'Neill.
Row 4 on the inside, it'll be the two-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champ. That's T-Mac, Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York this year, and that Briggs Racing number 9. And on his outside, the winner of our first event in 2025 out of Decorah, Iowa in the 16, that is Tyler Bruning.
Row 5, Kyle Bronson owns 5 Lucas Oil wins. He's out of Brandon, Florida, the 40B, and Dalton Wilson, who won the last ever East Bay Winter Nationals last February. He is in the Ratliff 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Starting 11th, the driver that's finished second in points 2 years in a row out of Dresden, Ohio, in the Double Down Motorsports Lazy Days RV 99. That's going to be Devin Moran. And on his outside, a 4-time series champ out of Newport, Tennessee, the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens.
Row 7 will have Max Blair, the Brad Spochas Centerline Motorsports car. Ended last year strong, started strong this year, 4th in the points at our Centerville, PA. And Jonathan Davenport back to bid for another Lucas Oil title this year. He's out of Blairsville, Georgia in 49.
On the inside of row 8, it's going to be one of our 2025 O'Reilly Rookie of the Year candidates out of Lakeshore, Minnesota. The 60 is Dan Ebert. And on his outside, a driver that spent some time leading laps on Thursday night. He's behind the wheel of the Chad Smith-owned Capital race car. The 11 is Shane Clanton.
Tyler Erb, he owns 21 career wins in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He's in the best performance number 1, and on the outside, in his return to the Lucas Oil Series this year, in Rocket 1 out of New Berlin, Illinois, it'll be Brendan Shepard.
Inside of row 10 is your defending O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year out of Heinemann, Pennsylvania, the 19-year-old. That's Drake Troutman. He moves over to the G.R. Smith-owned team this season. On his outside, a driver with aspirations of chasing the O'Reilly Rookie of the Year battle in 2025 out of Dawsonville, Georgia. The 79 is Donald McIntosh.
The veteran Dennis Erb Jr. drives car 28 out of Carpentersville, Illinois, and outside the Paler Motorsports 93 out of Lincoln, North Carolina, it'll be Carson Ferguson.
Row number 12 on the inside out of Georgetown, Delaware, and the Ken Adams Dutch Star Motorsports number 7. That's Ross Robinson. On his outside out of Jupiter, Florida, back on tour in 2025, it's Clay Harris. Your final starter out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, is going to be the 93. That's Corey Lawler. In all, 25 drivers, again, set to go 50 laps with $15,000 awaiting the winner. James, we have several keys to the race on any given night, but here at Alltech Raceway, 4 keys to the race. First one, turn 2. We've seen it in the first 3 races. It can be treacherous. It can reach out and grab you. We've had guys get on top of the wall. We've had guys get upside down. Keep your eyes on turn 2. Our second key to the race tonight, lap traffic. This is a very streaky track. It's a momentum track. When the leaders get to the back of the field, that can be where a race is won or lost. And that brings me to point number 3, restarts. The same way. Restarts here, like a lot of big half-mile tracks, like the Port Royals and Eldors of the world, these restarts can be pretty hairy sometimes. The final key to the race, the guy on the outside front row, Ricky Thornton Jr. We talked about it already. He won here the first 2 nights. I really believe the path to victory here tonight in some way, shape, or form goes through the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT.
One other thing, too, added in tonight, besides the wall and turn 2s we've seen the last couple of nights, is the bumps going into 1 and 2 and the bumps going into 3. Will it upset the car? How will that handle? So we'll see what happens. Brandon Overton dominated his heat race, on the pole here tonight, looking for his first Lucas Oil win of the year and his return to the series full-time here this year.
Absolutely. Ben Shelton, you're going to be talking to someone in Veland Victory Lane at the end of this one. Who do you believe it will be?
He's won 4 of 9 here, including 2 in a row until he proves me different or somebody else does. I'm riding with Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT to go to Veland Victory Lane.
James Essex, who you got your eye on?
Garrett Alberson set a new track record last night. But Spencer Hughes led the most laps at 28. He goes to victory lane for the first time in his career in the Lucas Oil Series at 19M. Who you got, brother?
You know what? I think Dalton Wilson. He was 3rd Thursday. He was 2nd last night. He comes from 10th and gets the win tonight in the Ratliff Racing 18D. The caution lights have been turned off. The green flag's going to wave this time by in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone. 50 laps for 15 grand. Brandon Overton and Ricky Thornton Jr. lead him to the green.
Anthony Burrows now coming over the 76 team, the crew chief on that. Last year's Lucas Oil crew chief of the year. Meanwhile, not a good start for Thornton. Got up against the wall. Garrett Alberson will slide to 2nd at 58 down the back straightaway.
Garrett Alberson gonna motor into that 2nd spot behind the guy that rocketed out front to the race lead at the end of lap number 1. It's the 76 of Brandon Overton. Alberson 2nd, Thornton 3rd. Daniel Hilson back right there in the 4th spot. James and Spencer Hughes will round out the top 5.
A little bumpy in 1 and 2. Will that upset the cars we mentioned going into 3? Alberson will eye Overton. Garrett Alberson breaking the track record here at last night as they battle off a turn 4. They're side by side at the line. Overton will lead by half a car length, 2 in the books.
Guy on the inside of him, Garrett Alberson, already has 2 wins to his credit on February 1st in speed and racing action here this season. He is going to rocket to the lead down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4 at the end of lap number 2. Counting lap number 3, Garrett Alberson now out front here at Alltech. James, don't look now, but here comes Tim McCready as well in the 9.
So it's Alberson, Overton, Thornton, McCready, Hilsebeck. O'Neill runs in 6th, and it's Hughes, Moran, Bronson, and Dalton Wilson in 10th. Remember, Dalton Wilson the last 2 nights has a 3rd and a 2nd. He just needs 1 more spot to get his 2nd career Lucas Oil win. But right now, Garrett Alberson pulling away in 58, DJ.
Hey, look at Hudson O'Neill up there trying to tiptoe around the top, and he just made a liar out of me as he went down to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. But that 71 car's been real good on the high side. He may not be done yet. He fell back in the opening lap of this race, and now instead of the top side, he's going to hop through the bottom side of the track down in turns 3 and 4, gain another position, move Hudson O'Neill up to P4.
That 9 car, of course, in his tribute to his late father, Barefoot Bob McCready, the Briggs Transport number 9, of course, dominated here last year's. Meanwhile, in the Paler car, did he? Meanwhile, battle for 2nd. On the outside, Thornton trying to keep it out of the wall. Overton still has it as Garrett Alberson goes into turn number 1. And the first Coleman Farms caution of the race is out for Ross Robinson.
5 laps in the books, 45 laps remaining here on night number 3 of the Veland Winter Nationals at Alltech Raceway as Georgetown, Delaware's Ross Robinson has drawn the first Coleman Farms Racing caution flag of the event. And at yellow will erase a 1.2-second advantage Garrett Alberson had over Brandon Overton. Ricky Thornton Jr. 3rd, Hudson O'Neill 4th, and Tim McCready currently rounds out the top 5. Looks like no damage on the Ross Robinson number 7, and I see no action in the infield in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
An early Hoker Trucking hard charge of the race, Tyler Erb, up 6 spots here from 17th to 11th. So all 25 starters still running with 5 in the books. Garrett Alberson took the lead on lap 3 after starting in 3rd.
Ben Shelton.
Guys, we've seen him work on the track throughout the night, but we're starting to see some of those rough spots start to make their way back, and we're seeing some of these front runners trying different grooves. I really think whoever goes to Veland Victory Lane is going to be the driver that can get the most creative, and we saw Thornton Jr. bend that car all the way to the very top of turn 4 last time by. He'll head to the bottom on this restart, though, with Garrett Alberson trying to get his 2nd career win here tonight.
Wouldn't that be something? Garrett Alberson, his 2nd career win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We saw him get win number 1 last year in a near photo finish at Port Royal Speedway on a prelim night to the Rumble by the River. He's out front again. He's already got 2 wins, as we mentioned, here in 2025. One of those came in Speed Weeks just a week ago. One of those came out west in the desert in Vado, New Mexico.
Votto, Volusia. We need to go to Voltec to get the V for him, for victory.
It is the Vland International. Starts with a W, pronounced with a V, as we've got Garrett Albertson out front in this one. 5 down, 45 to go.
Roberts racing 58 into 1. Overton's going to go to the outside. McCready took a peek down the back straightaway. Here comes O'Neill. O'Neill and Thornton, they started side by side in their heat race. They're 2 by 2 into turn 3. The battle behind your leader, the New Mexico driver, Garrett Albertson, leads with 6 in the books.
Tell you what, keep your eyes on that 71 of Hudson O'Neill as well, man. When he is able to tiptoe around the top, that car was really good in the opening stage of this one. It's looked really good anywhere, though, as you see Brandon Overton work back by Ricky Thornton Jr. He's trying to bring Hud with him. 71, 20 RT, 76.
No.
They go 3 wide and they make contact down in turns 3 and 4. The 71 goes around Hudson O'Neill and he takes out one of the Nutrient Ag Solution starting zone flags. And Ricky Thornton Jr. takes the lead. Oh my.
Down the back straightaway, all kinds of chaos on that lap. O'Neill to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and we stay green somehow, and Albertson has regained the lead. What just happened?
An incredibly bizarre turn of events here at All-Tech Raceway. Ricky Thornton Jr. now trying to reclaim the lead, and we have got a Coleman Farms Racing caution on the track.
Wow.
A wild couple laps here. Tyler Bruning, the cause of the Coleman Farms Racing caution, is he was pointing in the wrong direction down in turn 1. 2 laps prior, Hudson O'Neill gets sideways in 3 and 4. He cuts through the infield, takes out one of our Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone flags in the process. Ben Shelton, not a lot of action in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, but no shortage of drama, my friend.
Well, Tyler Bruning entered it backwards, so there's that note. And then Hudson O'Neill, he's got something bent on the front of that 71 car after that contact. And what a heartbreaker. It looked like he was going to turn around his Speed Weeks luck here tonight. Meanwhile, Tyler Bruning, they're taking a look at the front of that race car. No big hurry down here. We'll see if he's able to make it back out. Yeah, he's going to get it cranked. He'll rejoin the pack. And how about Garrett Albertson and Ricky Thornton Jr. in the midst of all that, having an amazing battle at the front of the pack for the lead. Albertson holds serve, though.
You're exactly right, James. It all depends on where they are at the scoring loop here on the front straightaway. The 20 RT may have been out front at times on the racetrack, but it was the 58, the official leader of the scoring loop, each of, not each of the first 8 laps, but each of the last several laps.
6 laps, yes. Overton led the first 2 laps. So it'll be Albertson, Thornton, Moran. Devin Moran started 11th. He's already 3rd. Current points leader. Then it's Brandon Overton, McCready, Bronson, Hilzebeck. How about Tyler Erb? An early contender for the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, right? Tyler Erb started in 17th. He now runs 8th.
Yeah, he has gained 9 spots. Devin Moran from 11th to 3rd has gained 8 positions. Carson Ferguson and Clay Harris both up 7 spots early in the going in this one. 8 laps have been scored. Yeah, a lot of movers and shakers already. 8 laps scored. Hey, man, we still have 42 laps to go. What else could possibly happen here? Ricky Thornton Jr. going to choose the outside lane on the Delaware double file restart, but it's going to be Garrett Albertson leading the field into the Nutrient Ag Solution starting zone.
42 to go on a Saturday night at All-Tech, and we're back underway. Good restart for Albertson and Moran. Devin trying to go to 2nd. They're trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. And he jumps it. Does Thornton, and meanwhile, here comes McCready on the bottom. You think they'll try to go 3 wide? They're going to go 2 wide. Here comes T-Mac on the bottom, and Tim McCready. Nice move into 2nd place. Here comes Hilzebeck.
Tim McCready from 5th to 2nd. Will he make it official at the line? No. Ricky Thornton Jr. gets back on the outside. Ricky Thornton Jr. may not be done yet. Remember, McCready won this race a year ago. RTJ to the lead off turn number 2. Still has not made it official at the stripe. Trying to bring Devin Moran with him. James coming by this time. Will be 1/5 of the way through the race. Who's it going to be? Off corner number 4. Ricky Thornton Jr., your leader on lap 10.
3 different leaders in the first 10 laps. Albertson, Moran, McCready, Hilzebeck. How about Daniel Hilzebeck, the Iowa driver, 5th. Davenport 6th, Erb 7th. Bronson Overton, Brandon's dropped to 9th. Hughes runs 10th. Carson Ferguson started 22nd. He's up to 11th in the Paler Motorsports 93.
Wow, good run for Carson Ferguson. He's running on the very inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Devin Moran slides by the 58 of Garrett Alberson to lay claim to the second spot. Tim McCready trying to get his feet back under him. Meanwhile, the battle for 5th has heated up as Jonathan Davenport snuck by the 22 of Daniel Hilsebeck. Tyler Erb continues his march through the field. James from 17th up to 7th.
T-Mac trying to get back to that top. Down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, we got a battle for the lead. Here comes Devin Moran down the back straightaway for the lead into turn 3. Well, we have our 4th different leader in the first 13 laps. And Dustin Jarrett, we do. Devin Moran from 11th to the lead here at Old Town.
Circle gets the square. Devin Moran has taken the lead in that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports Lazy Days RV number 99. And man, that car looks really good right now. He has found a smooth line through the middle of the racetrack. Now back race right down on the bottom, coming off corner number 4. Here comes Tim McCready, and we've got a Coleman Farms Racing caution flag on the speedway. And I don't think that lap was complete, but did Devin have him the time before, James?
He did.
Question, he did.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. Devin Moran.
We have to go back to lap 13. He was out in front, 4 different leaders. 13 laps.
13 laps into this race, I feel like we've run 130 laps already.
We still have 37 to go, man.
4 different leaders already. Are you kidding me? How about Devin Moran from 11th to the lead in 13 laps, Ben Shelton?
Yeah, and Devin's got a really balanced race car. The lap before Moran took the lead away from RTJ, Ricky got over the cushion down in turn 4 and just about backed it all the way into the concrete. He was able to recover, but you got to wonder if maybe that car not exactly what he needs out of it right now. But guys, as you said, DJ, 37 laps remain an eternity right now. What has been a just feverish first 13 laps here tonight at Alltech.
Feverish and frantic are a few of the words that definitely come to mind. Ben, great job down there, as always.
Check this out. Carson Ferguson up 12 spots. Tyler Erb up 11 spots. Devin Moran up 10 spots. Are you kidding me?
No, I am not.
It is no pole show here tonight at Alltech. Well, you think after 13 laps they know where those buttons. They're going so fast that it's. And hey, I couldn't do it. I admire each and every one. They are driving their hearts out. By the way, 2 cars out of the race, and that would be O'Neill will finish 25th, and Tyler Bruning will finish 24th here tonight. So Moran from 11th in 13 laps to the lead. Thornton, Alberson, McCready, Davenport is 5th. Turbo is 6th. Hilsebeck 7th. Bronson, Brandon Overton, who started on the pole, is back to 9th. And Carson Ferguson on the move at 10th.
Unbelievable. Spencer Hughes,
We're
11th.
far from over.
Oh, we are a long ways from over. Spencer Hughes, 11th. Brandon Shepard, 12th. Max Blair, 13th. Dalton Wilson, 14th. Shane Clanton, 15th. Unofficially, Drake Troutman, 16th. Clay Harris, 17th. Jimmy Owens, 18th. Donald McIntosh, 19th. And Dan Ebert runs in 20th. Well,
We're still
all right.
12 laps shy of the Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark, right?
$100 will go to the leader at the halfway mark, courtesy of the good folks from Hellraiser Jacks.
Jimmy Owens getting some attention down in turn 4. So Overton led the first 2 laps. Alberson led laps 3 through 9. Thornton led 10 through 12. And now Moran on top of the pylon in the 99, the current points leader. Midwest Sheet Metal points leader. Jimmy Owens down here.
Glad you kept track of all that.
I did. I think Thornton had the lead there for a couple times, but it was not official, and he finally got it, and then he lost it to Moran. I think the guy, that Tim McCready, he goes to the top like he did here last year.
Yeah.
And if he can get around those bumps, he's going to be hard to handle here tonight. Davenport had a rough night last night. He started 12th. He's 5th. Tyler Erb's been on the move. Again, 17th to 6th.
Well, we have seen anything and everything happen in the first 13 laps. We've got 37 laps to go, and I still think we are going to see anything and everything happen. Caution lights turned off. Green a wave this time by Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone. Devin Moran is your leader.
Down the main straightaway, good start for Moran and Alberson. Here comes Davenport on the outside of Thornton. They were work 14. McCready now boxed in on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. Alberson took a peek on the outside of Thornton, and here comes McCready. McCready's going to be married to the bottom right now. Alberson's going to be up top. Out of turn 4, Devin Moran got a little sideways there, curves it back down. He still leads at 99.
That is such an interesting line that Devin Moran is running down in 3 and 4, and we've got Drake Troutman sideways over in turn number 4, and it has been a weekend full of bad luck for the 19-year-old out of Hyndman, Pennsylvania, and it continues as the GR Smith-owned 22 Star is pointed in the wrong direction. We did get another lap in the books, James. 14 laps scored, 36 laps remaining.
Carson Ferguson up another spot, my man.
Up to 9th?
Up to 9th from 23rd. He was the last car to transfer out of the second B main, started 22nd.
Hey.
Yeah, he's got a shot. Hey.
We had a first-time series winner with Tyler Bruning in Golden Isles. We saw Spencer Hughes lead over half the race here last night. Maybe tonight is the night Carson Ferguson finds victory lane for the first time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
So Delaware double file restarts in a 50-lap race. It's what, till 5 or 10? 10 or less laps to go. So Moran will be out in front. Thornton will choose either the top or the bottom. Then Alberson will be beside him. Then it'll be McCready and Davenport side by side. Hilzebeck and Tyler Erb. Bronson and Carson Ferguson. Overton and Hughes. So Thornton, there's so many guys that's got a shot here, right? I mean,
right now, I see about 25 of them that have a shot. The way the first 14 laps.
Well, there's 23 left, but yeah.
Look, at this rate, I wouldn't roll out anybody, man. I mean, I really wouldn't.
Remember, Carson Ferguson, his second qualifying lap, got in the wall, did not finish his qualifying run, and had to get like I mentioned, the last car in the show tonight out of a preliminary, and he's rolling around there on the bottom in that 93.
Good call. Good call there for sure.
All right, still under caution. Rob Penrod on the flag stand. We might have some debris on the track, as we'll check that out there heading into turn 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Track official is going to pick that piece of debris up. And I think as soon as they pick that up, we should be ready to go. Again, I want to send a hat tip to Daniel Hilzebeck right now as well. The red 22 running in the 6th position. He has hung around inside the top 6 for the duration of this first 14 laps so far, as the Earlham, Iowa driver turning in a good run here early in the going in this one. Yellow lights turned off, James. Green flag is going to wave next time by. It's Moran, Thornton, Alberson, McCready, Davenport, your top 5. 14 laps complete, 36 laps to go.
The Nutrien Solutions restart zone. Here comes Moran, Alberson and Thornton, Davenport and McCready into 1. They bounce through there out of turn number 2. Thornton got way up top, brings it back down the back straightaway. McCready to the top. That's where he likes to run here at Alltech. He'll dive right through the middle into turn 3. Alberson digging low on the bottom. Moran, that turns that car down the main straightaway. 99 still in front, 15 scored.
Ricky Thornton Jr., who was on the top side last lap, goes down to the bottom side, down in 1 and 2 this time, and it may work for him. He's got to run on Devin Moran down the back straightaway. RTJ momentarily to the lead. As you always say, James, it's unofficial till it becomes official. Devin Moran running that odd line off the corner, not going to be able to pull the crossover, put Ricky Thornton Jr. back out front here on lap 16.
So 5 lead changes among 4 drivers in the first 16 laps. Moran second, Alberson, McCready, Davenport. Carson Ferguson, you need an update? He's up to 7th at 93.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. From 22nd, indeed. Ricky Thornton Jr., Denver Man. Look at this. Look at this group of cars here. How would you like to be out there? How would you like to be the 22 or the 76 in the middle of that?
Hilzebeck's back to 11th. Yeah. I mean, they are putting on a show back there.
Clay Harris. Clay Harris from 24th up to 12th in this one.
Yeah, and he finished 10th here last night. There's Hilzebeck in there. He and Brian, that's Spencer Hughes. Shepard trying to get it going in Rocket 1. Thornton still leads 18 in the books. Devin Moran second. Here comes McCready to the outside. McCready down the back straightaway. Moran will drift up the track. He'll leave T-Mac room into 3. Meanwhile, Thornton pulling away out at turn 4. Here comes McCready on the outside. Moran still has second by 1 car length into turn 1.
Vintage Tim McCready right on the high side here at Alltech. Look at the run he gets off turn 2. There he goes down the back straightaway. Is he going to be able to take the second spot this time? This happens 2 seconds now behind your race leader. Ricky Thornton Jr. has got really sideways in 3 and 4. He gathers it back up. Behind him, Tim McCready moves into the second spot.
1 year ago tonight, we saw this story with McCready. He made a clean sweep of the night. He will pull away from Moran down the back straightaway. That momentum up top into turn 3. Thornton married to the bottom right now. Devin back on the bottom. 4th remains Davenport. 5th is Alberson. Off at turn 4. Let's see, it was 1.7. It is 1.4.
Look at that. Ricky Thornton Jr. has changed his line. He is running the line that Devin Moran was running down in turns 3 and 4. He gets that car really sideways in the center of the corner and then kind of cuts down to the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see if he does it here. He's not quite as sideways. He kept it closer to the bottom, but man, he was tiptoeing around the top. He's given that up and is now running the bottom. And look who's coming on the high side.
Cut another 1/10 of a second off down to 1.2.
He almost hit the wall right there off 2.
Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready. Now Thornton goes back to the top. Nathan Sletta, his new crew chief. Figured out that's where McCready is running down the main straightaway. 23 laps scored, 2 shy of the Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark. They're within 1 second of your leader now. Down the back straightaway. McCready now through the middle. Here comes Moran. Davenport, Alberson. Tyler Erb is 6th. Carson Ferguson, Brandon over to 8. Dalton Wilson is 9th. Brandon Shepard is up to 10th after starting 18th.
And your leaders are slowly reeling in the back of the field as well, James. Lap traffic may be a factor in this one. That's the bad news as McCready grabs a handful of concrete down in turns 1 and 2. They've thrown enough mud up on the wall now it gets real difficult to tell where the racetrack ends and where the concrete begins. Devin Moran with another head full of steam. He's trying to take the second spot back away from Tim McCready, and they both close in on your leader, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Oh, yeah, Thornton now up top. Look out, he's got to get around a car. Down at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. It's still 1.2. Last time it was 0.9. Here comes Davenport. We're about to have a 4-car bout of lead at Alltech. Moran throws it in. Out of turn 4, up the track. He'll lead McCready room. Tim tries the crossover. Moran back to 2nd. We're past 1 lap past the Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark. Out at 2. Down the back straightaway. Thornton is going to pull away a little bit, but a great battle for 2nd place.
It's a fantastic battle right there in a high-speed game of cat and mouse as they work with the back of the field as well. Good, clean racing between the 99 and the 9. And oh, by the way, you caught it, James, the 49 about to toss his hat in the ring. And while this has been going on, RTJ now back out front by 2.5 seconds.
Down the back straightaway. There's the battle right there. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as we double box it. Devin Moran, Tim McCready, and Jonathan Davenport. Tyler Erb is up to 5th after he started in 17th. Alberson, Ferguson, Overton, Shepard, Dalton Wilson, your top 10 as Thornton still leads as we have 1 shy of 20 laps to go coming up next.
Ferguson still the early candidate for the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger of the race, up 15 spots from 22nd to 7th. Look at this, Jonathan Davenport looking down to the inside of Tim McCready. He'll take the 3rd spot away that time by at the stripe, 21 laps to go. Devin Moran starting to close back in on your leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. What was a 2.5 second advantage has shrunk down to 1.7 last time by.
Ross Robinson calls a 9 to 7. The Georgetown Delaware driver out Thornton. Here comes Moran in 99. I love the line they run out of 4. Now they go 1 to 1. Now Moran will close. It was 1.2 this last time around. Down the back straightaway. Thornton on the bottom. Here comes Moran. He's charging hard. He's going to cut that deficit down, DJ. I would be willing to bet this time around. Here comes Moran. Thornton still leads. 19 to go.
It was 2.5 seconds just a few laps ago. Now down to 1 second, and Ricky Thornton Jr. hooked a rut that time down in turns 1 and 2. He gets a good run, though, off the corner. There's Devin Moran. Wild lines these guys are running around this half-mile oval. RT with the back of the field in front of him. Here comes Devin Moran, James, this time by 18 to go.
Remember when we talked about East Bay, the lines they took there. Now Thornton will slide up the track. He'll lose a little bit of his momentum, though, as they get around the 60 of Dan Ebert. He'll open up some distance. It was 9/10 of a second. He'll stretch it out this time. Meanwhile, Davenport pedaling, trying to catch Moran. McCready is still 5th. By the way, Dalton Wilson has climbed up back into the 7th as he's gotten around Carson Ferguson, who runs 8th.
He is in 8th, 9th spot right now. Brandon Overton, Brandon Shepard currently rounds out the top 10. This is just an incredibly entertaining battle at the front of the field. You'll see Ricky Thornton Jr. pull away. You'll see Devin Moran close in, kind of like an accordion on the right side of your screen right now. The battle for the 4th spot is Uncle T. Tyler Erb has now gone from 17th up to 4th, this time by 16 to go.
Meanwhile, Davenport is about 2.8 seconds behind. Turbo is 6 seconds behind the top 3. It was 1.5 as they come off of turn 4. Thornton to the top. Here comes Moran down the main straightaway. 15 laps to go into turn 1.
Garrett Alberson looking to the outside of Tim McCready. That's the battle for 5th on your screen. Alberson very high on the racetrack at the scoring loop. McCready had him by 1/100th of a second. Meanwhile, Clay Harris out of the race, it looks like, in the 6th car. We stayed green flag racing. RTJ, though, James, is about to encounter heavy lap traffic here in front of him.
Well, he won by 8 seconds last night. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Devin Moran up against the wall. Here comes Davenport trying to get a run. JD about 6-7 car lengths back as Thornton will throw the slider on McIntosh. McIntosh running 17th. McIntosh will get his lap back into turn 1. 13 to go. Thornton, Moran, Davenport, Tyler Erb, Garrett Alberson, your top 5.
And right now, Jonathan Davenport, one of the faster cars on the racetrack, as well as Garrett Alberson, as those two drivers quickly close in on the front of the field. There's the gap between Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT. Looking back. There's the 99 there on the right side of your screen. Great camera work. Ricky Thornton Jr. 2 seconds out front. James, 12 laps to go.
Some traffic. Thornton will go down to the bottom. Moran will try to catch him. No lap cars between 1st and 2nd off of turn 4 as they close behind the 20 of Jimmy Owens, who runs in 16th. They head into turn 1. This might be Moran's chance here, maybe one of his last chances if this thing stays green. We'll have 10 to go coming up next time around. Moran's got to beat. It was 1.4 last time around. Thornton trying to keep it out of the wall out of turn 4. They are going at it down the main straightaway, and I think Moran's going to cut into it again, Dustin. Jared, he does. He takes 0.3 of a second off of the lead.
Down to 1.1, and Ricky Thornton Jr. just hooked a rut trying to work by Jimmy Owens. I mean, he made a lot of contact with that rut down there, and he is going to lose some ground. Here comes Devin Moran.
Moran will be right there. Wow. Down the main straightaway. 9 laps to go into 1. The lead is 0.6 of a second for 20 RT. Out of 2, Moran is there. He's got 3 cars in front of your leader. Thornton down the back straightaway. Here comes Moran. Devin's going to throw it into the bottom. Out of turn 4. 8 laps to go. Moran is there. Off of 4. Down the main straightaway, Dustin.
Moran is there. The problem is the back of the field is there as well. If you're Ricky Thornton Jr. or Devin Moran, where do you go? You've got Spencer Hughes. You've got Max Blair directly in front of you. Here comes Devin Moran. He's got a good run down the back straightaway. Slider coming, James. Yes, sir.
Which way do you go? Out of turn 4, Moran digging hard on the bottom, and it's, oh man, that was close. 4, and Moran, is 0.029 seconds.
He's gonna,
Thornton leads down the back straightaway, and Moran's got him out at 2. Oh baby, what a race. 6 to go coming up. It ain't over yet, and here comes Davenport. He's only 1.9 behind your leaders.
Yes, sir. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. back down to the inside. Davenport's there as well. Top 3 all right there together. They're nearly 3 wide. Davenport tries to go 2 for the price of 1.
Oh, man. What a race it all. Deck into Thornton. Into the back of Davenport. 5 laps to go. Devin Moran, Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jonathan Davenport. They are at it in traffic into 1. Are you serious? What a race.
5 to go this time by RTJ. Tries to take the 2nd spot back away from Davenport. Momentarily does so. That's the top 3 cars. They're all right there together on your screen. Garrett Alberson pedaling hard, trying to catch them. This time by Devin Moran trying to hold him off. He stays out front. 4 to go.
Does he have enough grip on that bottom? He goes into 1. Thornton down low. Thornton now, he'll take the low side. Moran down the back straightaway. They'll have 3 to go. Here comes Davenport back in it. 4th is Alberson, 5th is Tyler, but all eyes on the top 3. Out of turn 4, Dustin. 3 to go. Moran, Thornton, Davenport. Any one of those three is going to win this race. Who knows?
Maybe Garrett Alberson. He's got rolling on the high side as well. Now 4 cars under a blanket up at the front of the field. James Devin Moran gets a real good run that time down the back straightaway. They're second, third, and fourth. Thornton, Davenport, and Garrett Alberson as well. This time by 2 laps to go.
3 almost. No.
Lap traffic's going to be a factor. Get out.
And the caution is out. Oh, man. Ricky Thornton Jr. Oh, no way. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Hey, the wait has been worth it, hasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. Word from track officials is the driver is okay. And man, oh man, nobody wanted to see that yellow right there because we had one whale of a race. 4 drivers battling for the lead with 2 laps to go.
Where did Alberson come from? I know he's from Las Cruces, New Mexico, but he came out of nowhere. Tyler Erb will now be 4th. 2 to go. It'll be a single file restart as we have a Dave Warren Power Sports replay of what happened in a titanic battle for the lead at Alltech.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alberson had a good run down there on the inside. They made contact, and something had to have broke on that 20 RT.
He hooked the Uke tire.
Yeah, he went
got
straight
into
up
the
into
Uke tire, and it will not be 3 in a row for Ricky Thornton Jr. Wow, here at Alltech as he will go on the hook.
Well, Ben Shelton, you have had a bird's eye view of everything that has happened from the infield, man. Has it been as bananas from down there as what it's looked from up here?
I mean, the calendar may have rolled over to another day, but the insanity rages on. And it has been unbelievable. And if you don't think these guys are truly athletes, watching them search every inch of this oval, which has become very, very tricky, even more trickier than normal. And these crews down here, there are no fingernails left down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as these crews are a nervous wreck. Tough break there for Ricky Thornton Jr. And right now, if you are Devin Moran, are you thinking back to 2 nights ago and what happened when he looked like he was on his way to his first ever Alltech victory? Davenport's got a hot rod, Alberson's got a hot rod, but man, Devin has made all the right choices so far with 2 to go.
I tell you, nothing will ever replace East Bay, but this is like a night at East Bay.
I swear
they are all over the place, spinning, coming out of the corners, trying to find a line. It's slicker than whatever, and it's like, man.
This has been wild, man. This has been absolutely wild. So it's going to be Devin Moran, your leader, Jonathan Davenport second, Garrett Alberson third, Tyler Erb from 17th to 4th, and Tim McCready will round out the top 5 on what should be a single file restart in this one.
Let's do double file, just like Eldora, right?
I mean,
this has been highly entertaining. I know it's been a long night. There were some issues. But hey, these guys have put on a heck of a show.
Worth the wait.
In front of this crowd here, and I know everybody watching at home is 2 to go. Oh, you know what that means? Green, white, checkered.
You remember one of the keys to the race whenever we started the broadcast, James? We said one of the keys to the race was going to be restarts. We've got us one here with 2 to go.
Well, that line Moran was running coming off of 4 there for a while, and then Thornton did it. Wow.
I mean, I don't know where you go if you're these drivers, because you can hit your marks 1 lap and pull away by half a second. You could run the same line the next lap, and you might fall 3 spots. I don't know what
well,
you
do
go
into
here.
2 in those bumps down there, and you got that wall. I mean, somebody could go to the outside and just go around. I mean, Alberson, what a rally by Alberson. All right, green, white, checkered for 15,000 in a highly entertaining race at the Nutrient Ag Solutions Restart Zone. Here they come.
Devin Moran, your leader, and he gets a good restart. Jonathan Davenport second, Garrett Alberson third. Your comes Davenport down to the inside. Moran, though, gets a whale of a run off corner number 2 now. Here comes Alberson to the inside of Davenport. Turbos there as well. They're looking at the Barron's performance, 1 to go.
Meanwhile, Dalton Wilson and Alberson up against the wall. Out of turn 4. Here comes Tyler Erb on the bottom. Erb will not. Yes, he will go to 3rd. Final lap.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Leader on the left. Battle for 3rd on your right. Through turns 3 and 4. A winner at All-Tech Raceway for the first time is going to be Dresden, Ohio's Devin Moran. 2nd goes to Jonathan Davenport. 3rd down to the line. Give it to Tyler Erb ahead of Garrett Alberson, Tim McCready, Dalton Wilson, Brandon Overton, Carson Ferguson, Kyle Bronson, and Brandon Shepard unofficially rounding out the top 10 in a wildly entertaining 50-lapper here at All-Tech on night 3 of the Veland Winter Nationals. James, catch your breath, buddy. Catch your breath.
Let's run 10 more. I'm ready.
Worth the wait.
How about Tyler? The final lap gets Alberson. He will be the Hoker Trucking hard charger of the race, 17th to 3rd. Carson Ferguson, 22nd to 8th. Davenport, 14th to 2nd. Devin Moran, 11th to victory lane as soon as he crosses the UNOH scales. Unbelievable. No pole show here tonight, right? What a race. How many leads? I got to go back. I know we have 4 different leaders, but that was unbelievable.
Yeah, you got to check the lead changes on that because I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think either 6 or 7.
I need to update my race.
Officially at the scoring loop. I mean, that's not counting the number of times they swapped the lead and were 3 wide.
6 lead changes among 4 drivers, I think.
It's unofficial until it becomes official.
Moran, the hard break here 2 nights ago, leading until 2 laps to go, tire down. 4 drivers. What did she say?
4 different drivers led in this race. Brandon.
And how many lead changes? Officially, 7 lead changes.
6 officially at the
well, I think it was 7. I'll go with 7.
Sounds good. Brandon Overton led. Garrett Alberson led. Ricky Thornton Jr. led. And Devin Moran led, and pending post-race tech at the UNOH scale area.
It could have been 10 lead changes for all. I mean, that was highly entertaining. So, unofficially, it's Moran, Davenport, Tyler Erb, Garrett Alberson, Tim McCready, Dalton Wilson, Brandon Overton, Carson Ferguson, Kyle Bronson, Brandon Shepard, then Hughes, Blair, Troutman, Hilsebeck, McIntosh, Owens, Lawler, Ebert, and Ricky Thornton Jr. will come home 19th tonight. Wow, and the winning streak is ended here at All-Tech.
I don't know if that is a race of the year candidate, but that is
on February the 1st.
An entertaining race of the year. We'll put it
is
that
it Groundhog Day yet?
I mean,
it was today, wasn't it? I don't know. It's close enough. Wow.
Well, it felt like Groundhog Day here with RT winning again and again, and Devin Moran will be the one, as you mentioned, to end that streak as he again has made his way into that UNOH Tech and Scale area. Ben Shelton will talk to the Big River Steel podium drivers down here in Veland Victory Lane momentarily.
Well, he's finished 2nd in the last 2 years of the Big River Steel Chase, the championship presented by ARP. For the 16th time in his career. See if he will talk to Ben Shelton as we do the droop.
I don't know what else to say about that race. I mean, I am speechless, yet there are so many questions that I have about that one. That was, I feel like I've said it a dozen times, but I'll say it again, worth the wait. Definitely worth the wait right there. Hey, hat tip to Wendell Durrance and all the folks here, man.
Yes.
They worked hard to provide a great racetrack, and it delivered here this evening. Ben Shelton, Devin Moran has cleared the UNOH Tech and Scale area, and he's making his way to you in Veland Victory Lane.
That's right. For the 16th time in his career, Devin Moran is going to be a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series feature winner presented by Flow Racing. He's dragging the tarp to victory lane, and he won a hard-fought victory here tonight. Got the lead for good on lap 43, this 50-lap affair, $15,000 to the good, and he becomes the 7th different driver to win in series competition. Race fans, let him hear it. Devin Moran, your feature winner. The Big River still. Roger Sellers Motorsports, Double Down Racing, number 99. Devin, no flat tires, no bad luck. You have finally done it in All-Tech. What does this win mean tonight?
It's just awesome. You know, everybody's been talking about the track, this and that, and Wendell's been working his ass off, and I don't think you can get a much better racetrack than that. I know Ricky had his comments last night, but it was just so wild. It was like we were running sprint car lines. You know, I love watching sprint cars, and like you'd go in and bend it and come back down the hill, and then we started ripping. It was just, this place is so fun. It's so underrated, and in my opinion, it's a top 5 track in the country without a doubt.
You're leading early, then you fall back, and be honest, you see the 20 RT get by you, and then here comes a few other guys. Did you think you had a car that you could bide your time and get back to the lead?
Yeah, you know, I just, the line was changing, and he started railing that top of 1 and 2, and I was still trying to do that little diamond deal and hit the bottom, and there just wasn't enough off the bottom of 2, so I finally got going around that top and then started making ground on Ricky, and then got in the lap traffic, and I knew down the back straightaway I was going to have to go for it, and I did, and just finally won it All-Tech. I felt like we had the best car on Thursday, and it just didn't work out, and once again, we had the best car tonight, and that's just a huge shout-out and a thank you to Roger Sellers, Double Down Motorsports, Robbie, Casey, Connor. I know Connor's probably at home sleeping right now, but just can't thank them enough. My amazing crew, Chuck, DK, Mason came back for the weekend, Brad, Stuart Little, just them guys worked their butts off, you know, and I would never be standing here if it wasn't for them.
The Coleman Farms caution with 2 to go. You get an amazing restart, but were you concerned at all about that restart?
No, to be honest, I was pretty pumped about that because there was 3 or 4 of them right there in front of me. Corey was there, and then Spencer was on the top, so I didn't really have anywhere to go. And I was going into 1, and I left myself in no man's land, and they said caution. I was like, thank God, because I knew it was JD right underneath of me. I thought it was Ricky, and then I saw the board, and it said JD, and then, it was an exciting race. And other than them guys, I just have so many people to thank. Big River Steel, C&W Trucking, Lazy Days RV, pumped their back on board. Millwood Plumbing, Mike and Vicky, finally got our first win with them. I was hoping it was going to be sooner than that, but we'll take it anytime we can get it. McHugh's, CarSourceAuto.com, Red Oak Pub, Holland Haskell, Phillips CPA firm, Corey, he's new on board. I just have so many great people, like I said, Bill Stein Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, Ibach Race Springs, VP Race Fuels. I have 2 great engine builders, but we had the Clements in tonight, so just can't thank all them guys. I ain't been up here for a while. Oh, Pee-wee's Record Service. I gotta thank Pee-wee. Chuck, I'm sure he's at home watching, so, and my beautiful wife. Can't forget her.
Can't forget her. Race fans, you won't forget your winner tonight. Devin Moran gets his first ever win here at All-Tech Raceway, $15,000. And runner-up finisher Jonathan Davenport's going to congratulate him. JD coming in from position 14. JD, that caution comes out at the end. You had got back into the mix, and after the way this weekend's been, does it feel damn good just to be on this podium?
Yeah, no doubt. Another second, but I just keep tearing that thing up all through the week. We about ran out of parts. We had to call Harpin and get him to send a trailer down here. I've tore up so much stuff, and we kept finding more stuff that we did bend. So as we progressed through the night, we got better, putting good parts on. But, man, that was a lot of fun there. I don't know what happened to Ricky there, but that sucks. We couldn't all race it out there to the end. But this place is just wild. It's so slick and slimy, like nobody really knows where you're going. You just kind of hope and aim and point and then just mash the gas. You kind of drive like sideways, maybe kind of like a non-wing sprint car at some point because you ain't got no front tires, and so you just try to aim for a little bit of grip that is either throw it out a hole or you aim for a hole. So definitely a lot of fun. You just kind of got to maneuver yourself around and try to, just pick off a car whenever you can. But got to thank my crew. They've done an excellent job. I have worked their tails off this week for sure. Tyler and Corey and Cole there done an excellent job for sure. Got to thank Nutrient Ag Solutions, AC Warranty, Dynagrow, Bill Steen. We worked them boys hard too. I think I bent like 8 shocks this weekend, so just ridiculous. But that's all am I doing pretty much. So just trying hard, and that's what you got to do against these people because everybody's tough. But I think VP Fuels, Longhorn, Mega Plumbing, Raptor Designs, Kaiser Wheels, Go Lithium Batteries, Mark IV. My buddy Chris, I know you're out watching Midwest Sheet Metal. Thanks for everything you do for us. Longhorn Dynamics, and man, I tell you what, can't wait to get to Ocala now. We say we're going to race every race there is down here, even if it's a tricycle race. So we normally would take off Monday or Tuesday or whatever that first race is, but we're excited to get back going.
Race fans, Jonathan Davenport second on the Big River Steel podium here tonight. And we'll catch up with tonight's third place finisher on the Big River Steel podium. The Texas native Tyler Erb. Tyler, you are tonight's Hoker Trucking Hard Charger 17th to 3rd. How are you able to claw your way forward?
Just being the first car out, it was pretty easy. I wasn't going to start up front and just battled through, 1-2B mains this week. And then the first night just kind of ran where we ran. But the track was phenomenal. You know what I mean? Wendell, he catches some slack, but that was fun. It's so hard to drive, so technical. The lane moves so much, and I really enjoyed it, and happy we have a really fast race car. Just we're getting closer and closer to winning, but we're consistent, and that's more than half of it. So, just got to thank all my awesome sponsors. Eric Brock, Best Performance, if they're awake, still watching. My mom and everybody at First Class Septic. My buddy Steven's here. We've been crashing at his place and his family. They treat us like gold and make us really excited to come stay down here. We have another place we can hang out all month. Also, Mark Langenfelder, Anthony's Pizza. I'm sure they're watching. They're probably happy Devin won too. Just everybody. Sunoco Race Fuels, Kaiser Integra, DJ. He's kind of like our other crew guy now, so it's awesome. JR Super Trucker. My buddy Scooter at Sandy Weld, Go Lithium Doug, KBC Graphics, Rocket Chassis, obviously, Scott Kaiser, Little Brian, everybody at Kaiser Manufacturing. They do so much for me. And who did I miss? I feel like I always miss somebody. I don't know. Ben Shelton, MSR Mafia. There you go. Do you even have that? Dirt Car Lift, just everybody that helps me, my crew, first and foremost. Cody Carl, Caleb Todd, Gabby's watching at home or sleepy, and Matt James at Race Ranch. Thank you. And thanks for coming.
Tyler Erb rounds out the Big River Steel podium, and he thanked all the sponsors. Guys, what a wild one here tonight at Alltech.
Yeah, thank guys.
Thank DJ and Ben and
DJ and Ben and James and well, James, let's go ahead and take a look at our race recap and see how we got to this point, and it was a wild one tonight at Alltech. As we started with Brandon Overton and Ricky Thornton Jr. at the front of the field, and Brandon Overton go out. He would actually lead the first 2 laps of this race.
And then Garrett Alberson got the lead. He leads to lap 10. Ricky Thornton Jr. takes over, leads about 3 laps. Moran gets it on 13. My score sheets are a mess, but anyway, Thornton got it back. Then Moran got it back. And there you have
Thornton Moran.
4 different drivers, 6 official lead changes. There is Thornton getting the lead. McCready was right in there as well in the 9 car.
Tyler Erb.
Yeah, what a run. The Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, the race DJ.
From 17th up to 3rd. Right there, that hit with Ricky Thornton. You got to wonder if maybe he didn't bend or break something on that hit right there. You're going to see Jonathan Davenport toss his hat in the ring. You had a 3-way battle up front at one time. Garrett Alberson is going to toss his hat in the ring here momentarily, make it a 4-way battle. Right there, contact the Uke tire with RTJ. He gets the outside wall, and his night was done.
He will finish in, I believe, 19th here tonight. Moran takes it to victory lane. The hard break here 2 nights ago. He had the best car then. He has the best car to finish here tonight for his 16th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and he will continue to be the Midwest Sheet Moto points leader heading to Ocala.
Well, it was an incredibly entertaining 50-lap main event. Ben Shelton, your final thoughts as we wrap up the 3rd night of racing action in the Veland Winter Nationals here at Alltech.
I was definitely very entertained. I think everybody here tonight was entertained. And if this is just a taste of what we can expect this year with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by Flow Racing, it's going to be one heck of a year. Can't wait to get to Ocala and everywhere else. 2025, it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, Ben, hey, great work down there all night long. James Essex, your final thoughts on this highly entertaining night here at Alltech.
It was a slow start to the night, but it ended up, hey, you couldn't ask for anything better tonight, man. Congratulations to Devin Moran. All those guys put on a great show here tonight at Alltech.
Absolutely. Well, it was a wild one. I think you can throw a lot of adjectives out there. It was wild. It was entertaining. It was unpredictable. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series delivers once again here at All Tech Raceway. On behalf of Ben Shelton and the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer James Essex, this is Dustin Jarrett. Congratulations goes out to Devin Moran on getting your win here tonight. Night 3 of the Veland Winter Nationals at All Tech.